Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Gonzo. How is oneself?
I'm good, thank you, mate. I'm very good. I'm considering whether to do a Deliveroo on the sausage and egg McMuffin as a little treat to myself today for being a good boy. How about you?
Yeah, I'm excited. Not for you having a Deliveroo Mackie
Mm.
Day's breakfast or anything, but I'm just happy. Todibo, Wan-Bissaka. It's funny, actually. If Todibo wasn't happening, this Wan-Bissaka updates would be really exciting. But because Todibo's coming, it's sort of like down the Wan-Bissaka thing is almost like, yeah, we've heard this before. We'll believe. Now that deal. Do you know when people say, "I'll believe it when I see it"? When I'm holding up the shirt
Yeah.
and stuff. I get it sometimes. Sometimes I think, nah, I think you can like Todibo. We ain't seen it, but it's done,
Yeah.
right? No picture, but it's done. Wan-Bissaka, I fully understand why people are going to wait until he's there holding up his shirt.
Holding up that nasty third kit. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was like that with Fulkrug. I was like, until he's holding up that shirt, I am
Yeah.
unconvinced by this one. Speaking of nasty third kit, I've got a picture of it here, actually. I've got two pictures for us this morning, Gonzo. There it is. There's that, what you just described as the nasty third kit. Not a fan.
I'm not a fan, no, and it's not just a green blob on this one. And no, the home shirt I think is really nice. Again, only spoilt by the green blob. But we discussed this before, Joe. We discussed it over on Patreon, which is QuickBooks. If you look at a lot of their stuff, and by the way, QuickBooks is an excellent product. Don't get me wrong, but depending on what platform you see them on, they don't just have a green logo. That's their main logo, but you can see variants of it. So they actually do have a black and white version of the QuickBooks logo, which would look absolutely fine on all the kits. But I don't know, they've got to make it sort of a radioactive green just to spoil everything. But it's fine. It hasn't spoiled this one. It's nasty.
What do you not like about it?
I don't like the V. I don't like the little gold bit. Shall I bring it up again so I can? I've only seen it fleetingly, but I made up my mind quickly. Yeah, I don't like the little gold trim on the bottom of the claret on the sleeve there. Yeah, there's not a lot. I don't know why's gold in there. I don't know why gold is in there at all. I don't like it.
Because we're winning it all this season. That's why it's in there.
Is that right?
I don't like the bit on the neck. I quite like it on the bottom of the sleeve trim, but that gold triangular just beneath the throat, I think, is a bit hideous, really. Apart from that, I think the kit's quite nice. I think the away kit's nice, and I think the home kit's nice. I think they've done quite a good job on the shirts this season, which is annoying for those participating in any boycott of official merchandise because they brought out 3 minging kits. It'd be really easy to go, yeah, I'm not buying any of that. But when they bring out some nice stuff, I think it's a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I'm a bit the same as yourself. The other picture I've got for you, though. There we go.
I know.
There we go. Watermarked with Fabrizio Romano's. He was the one that had the picture again of Todibo and Tim on the jet. Nice bag Todibo's got there. I quite like it, actually. But there you go. There's the picture. We've been waiting for one all summer, and we finally got one. Todibo got the private jet treatment.
What that bag needs a big green blob on it. That'd set it off nicely, wouldn't it?
It's got a red one.
Oh, this guy's got a red one. I just wish when I saw that picture, I was initially pleased that it annoyed me because they hadn't put the shutters down on the 2 windows behind, so it looks really washed out. It's actually a terrible picture. And I'm so anal that I actually I redid the picture and boosted the and brought down the exposure and stuff like that. I've not to make it look. I haven't edited like a West Ham logo or anything. I've literally just edited the picture and reduced the exposure on the windows and stuff because I'm a geek. So
you should send it to me so I can send it to Fabrizio Romano and go, here you go, mate. Use this one instead.
If the camera wasn't in front of me, I would. But yeah, it needs to be done. I've not even taken out his watermark. That's absolutely fine. I'll tell you what though, if anybody was any doubt where Romano gets his information from, there can be no doubt anymore. I think he's taken a bit of liberty with it being watermark because clearly it should say. Look, I'm assuming the pilot didn't take the picture, right? So I'm assuming the picture is Tim Steidten's phone. I think it's fair enough to say that. He's the common denominator. It should have a Steidten Airways watermark on it, not Fabrizio. Fabrizio Romano does not own that picture. That is from Tim Steidten's phone. What I'd do to get hold of Tim Steidten's phone. Imagine, just give me an hour with Tim Steidten's phone. I'll be reading some stuff then. Get some videos out of that.
Who would you ring? If you could ring one person that you think is on Tim Steidten's phone, who are you ringing up?
Oh,
Juventus president. Wave.
I'll do a video call. I'll pull a Mooney. Have a look
Not
at
on
that.
that plane though, because the shutters aren't down. You need.
That's true. That's when they say when the sun don't shine, it does now.
I don't know who you'd rig up. Maybe David Sullivan. Just prank him. Just say,
I'm leaving. I go to Liverpool.
You can be a better accent. Pretend you're Tim. Just say, I've just spent 100 million, Dave. Just signed insert player that's worth 100 million.
Calvin Phillips, yeah? $100 million.
That sounded like a Eurovision song or something. Like you just need a bit of dance music in the back.
I'm entering next year.
You should do. That's what they all sound like to me. Whenever you hear a Eurovision song, that's what they all sound like.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going for.
Guten Tag, yeah.
Yeah, Europop, yeah.
Anyway, we're going to discuss more Todibo in just a second. Actually, Ray, you're going to need to email us because he just come up with a banger of an idea. Be careful what you wish for a mug. Ray, we're going to do that. And you're going to get a free one. So can you please email us, hammerschat@gmail.com, and we're going to get this done. And we're going to send you a free mug because we're pinching your idea. Hopefully
that is an excellent idea, Ray. An excellent idea.
You're actually watching an advert right now. Myself and Gonzo do. This is called The Breakfast Show, but we couldn't call it that on YouTube because it's not as clickbaity. This is The Breakfast Show. Myself and Gonzo do it. It's usually both of us. Sometimes it's just one of us. However, we've never missed The Breakfast Show. And in 3 years we've been doing pitch and never missed one. There's always at least one of us chatting nonsense on pitch and before the game. It's available to mild addicts and addicts over on Patreon on the morning of every single match day. It used to include Thursdays as well, but unfortunately they're gone for now. However, they may be back next season or even Tuesday and Wednesday mornings, depending if we can get that Champions League football with this squad we're assembling. So if you fancy a little bit of this every single morning before the game, you can get it on Patreon. We're hoping that some of you watching will think, you know what, I'm going to join Patreon. I quite like this video every morning. Or if you're a supporters tier addict, you're thinking, supporters tier subscriber, you're thinking, you know what, I'm going to upgrade. You can do that by going to patreon.com/hammerschat or the links in the description. Gonzo, what have you seen that you're smirking at?
It's Alan's right. Alan is absolutely right.
That's who's delivering your McMuffin.
Well, my middle daughter, she works. I was going to say she lives there. She doesn't live. Well, she practically does. She works there. She's got her first. It's not her first job. She had a paper round before, but now she's working in McDonald's. No, but unless they've got this app. I can tell you, they got this app for staff where you get like loads of money. I'm not getting that. I'm actually going to have to go with Deliveroo and pay top dollar. I mean, probably the proceeds from this video will go on my my Deliveroo egg McMuffin. I just want to say that what Gio said was Thursdays have been cancelled. They haven't. It's not a 6-day week. It's just West Ham playing on Thursdays. Thursdays still exist.
Ruben saying option or obligation. It's an obligation, Ruben. We have to buy him next summer, and that was the small delay yesterday because we have to agree a permanent contract with Todibo for the next 12 months. We'll just take on his Nice contract. So if he's on 40 grand a week, 50 grand a week with Nice, we're just paying him 50 grand a week for the next 12 months. However, what we have to do today is agree the contract that kicks in next summer. So from the 1st of July 2025, he'll jump up to his West Ham wage, which I'd imagine would be maybe double, treble what he's on. It'll be a lot of money because we've had to persuade him to give up his Champions League Juve Turin dream and come to West Ham. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the best paid players in the squad now. That's just my guess anyway. If you don't have European football and you're trying to persuade a player, money helps, and I think that is the case in this situation. So that's the slight delay. We've had to agree that permanent contract, and that's why it's been labelled up as a 6-year contract. It's not really. It's a 1-year loan and then a 5-year contract. But obviously he's at West Ham for the next 6 years at least. All being well, it's got me really excited today. To be honest with you, he should be there. We also play Celta Vigo this afternoon, Gonzo. He should be there. I wouldn't be surprised if he's present. I wouldn't be surprised. This is how they announce it.
Well, yeah, a case of right. So you lot, you're going to boycott this game, are you? Well, this is your chance to.
You ain't getting to see the game, and you ain't getting to see the new signing. Out it comes to 10,000 people.
That'll teach you. Yeah, like 4 blokes there, weren't there? 3. Jean-Clair.
all the schools and that got tickets in the giveaway from West Ham, 3,000 pupils or something scattered around to beef up the crowd a little bit, cheering away. Going, who's this
maybe
guy?
the schools are boycott. Actually, they don't need to school holidays. Let's absolutely. They're all having their hair cut, children. I know this because I tried this morning. There was like a queue of kids from at the hairdressers.
Gonzo went to looking for the hairdressers, not for the queue of kids, just have a little bit of clarification.
Absolutely, yeah.
Had a little bit of clarification on that.
I was trying to flog them all. To be careful what you wish for, mug.
Just the in terms of Celta Vigo, we don't know. Bradley's asking, is it being shown today? We're not sure. We're not 100%. It's listed on ESPN, so we're hopeful that it will be broadcast on ESPN Plus, and therefore people will be able to watch it if they wish. But the club certainly haven't announced anything. But we suspected this a few weeks ago that the club might do this just to go to war with the fans. So you're not buying tickets, fine. We ain't going to show you the game. The only way you can watch it is by turning up and getting in the ground. We should hear something later on today if they are going to stream it. It should come out later today. It might be a bit early now because obviously they'll be wanting some people to buy tickets at the last minute in a panic that they can't stream the game. So we're not 100% sure. We've just got to sit and wait around. We'll be live at 2:30 regardless to discuss the team that Lopetegui is putting out. You never know. Todibo might even be on the bench.
Oh,
he might be, won't he?
I don't know. I mean, if the rumours are true that they were up until the small hours until 4 a.m, getting
rumours. I'll say this. Gonzo got a text from someone at like 4 a.m. this morning saying the deal's done. Right. I'm not going to say who. Gonzo sent him a picture of it. 4 a.m. he got a text saying the deal's done. So it was a into the night kind of transfer.
Yeah. So I just think if that was me, look, I'm still knackered from looking at the text, quite frankly. So it was, if the deal was signed at 4:30. Can you imagine? I think even now we say, look, you know what? That first 50 grand a week, keep it. I'm staying in bed. I'm getting up, and he won't be having a McDonald's breakfast, will he? He'll be having a lunch by that time. He'll be having the 20 McNuggets.
Yeah, he might be though, because it's the last friendly. So if you want to see him in a game situation next to Max Kilman, this is the only opportunity you got, even if it's just for the final 20 minutes of the game or something. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes rocking up like that. Put him out there.
I'd be brilliant. I'd love to see him, but well, you tell me, who are you most excited to see play today? Not Todibo, you're not allowed him.
Jared Bowen.
Oh, nice.
I think he'll have the captain's armband on as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kurt Zuma's not here. I mean, that's gone very quiet, hasn't it? He went for his medical about 4 days ago. He's just gone missing. At what point do we start getting concerned and put out some sort of missing persons poster?
No, I think no news is good news on that, actually.
No news is no knees.
No. Everyone's thinking the same thing. I heard, how can I phrase this? I heard that there was somebody at the club who was a little bit concerned about the injury record of Kurt Zuma, but was maybe hoping to keep the information on the low so the buying club didn't suss it out, basically. It's hard for me to say, read between the lines on that. And I thought, everyone knows. Everyone knows.
This is actually what gives me confidence he will pass the medical.
Yeah.
They're aware of his situation also, right? Let's just say you didn't know. Let's just say you did not know Kurt Zuma's injury record. They're thinking this is a high-profile player for this league. He's available. At some point, something's going to go, why is he free? Even if you did not know his injury record, there's something would say, why do we not have to pay for this guy then? We're going to have to look this up. We're just going to have to Google it. And just one Google is plastered everywhere by every West Ham fan. Zuma's knees, Zuma broken, whatever.
There's a few other things that will come up in that Google search if you search for Zuma, to be fair. But it is worth pointing out he cost us 30-odd million pounds, 25-30 million pounds, and he's 29. So yeah, you will raise alarm bells. I think it's easy to look at Zuma and assume he's 50, but it's you see him sort of walking along with a Zimmer frame and all the rest of it. But when you look at it, he's 29, and yes, you probably would, as a buying club, think, this seems a little bit too good to be true. It ain't.
Are you surprised he's going to Dubai, not Qatar? Never mind. I
I
tried.
don't get that.
Qatar.
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's good. It was too subtle. Yeah, it was good.
Didn't really work, did it?
No, it did. It did. It was my fault. It was a good joke. It was my fault.
That's embarrassing. Live as well. Can't even edit it out and try it again.
No, it was good. Everyone else will laugh. It's purely me. I've not had me sausage and egg McMuffin yet.
There we go. You mentioned it 4 times now. The player that's most commonly suggested in the live chat when you said who you're looking forward to was Fulkrug. Greg. Looking forward to Fulkrug?
Yeah, I know I am. I just think generally I'm looking forward to him. The new Ginger Pele, the Hulk Rug, brilliant. I'm looking forward to seeing. Let's get. I feel I can't even do the nickname anymore. I'm looking forward to seeing Crescencio Somerville. I think that would be. I'm interested to see him jinking and tricking and doing his stuff. So that would be good. There's so much interesting. As you say, the captaincy, what he does with that is going to be intriguing. The composition of the midfield. Everyone does their starting lineups. Everyone's got their starting lineups, which includes people cheekily putting Wan-Bissaka in their dream.
I'm convinced I know the starting 11 for Villa already.
Well, hold on, we'll get to that. What's the question is what's he going to do in midfield? Because in everyone's starting lineup, Alvarez is in there. Well, you can't have him. You can't technically have Wan-Bissaka either. But anyway, we'll leave that for the moment. Alvarez in there. Well, Alvarez, he's injured. He's not going to start the season. So I'm fascinated to see what he's going to do in attacking midfield, and then what he's going to do with the quadruple pivot behind.
Yeah, I think I watched some of the training footage. I've sort of ignored it all summer. It's just for the same reason I wouldn't watch training footage under David Moyes. I don't think it tells you an awful lot, and it's obviously a club puff piece. It's created to make people look good, including the manager, especially all this sort of Lopetegui stuff. The club were laying it on thick, weren't they? Wow, here's Lopetegui, look how good he is and stuff. And I get it. That's their job. I get it. I'm not complaining that the media team did that. That's what they're supposed to do. I clicked on the other day, and you got glimpses of Rodriguez, and crikey, he looks sharp and very technical, very quick with the ball at his feet as well. And it's the first time I've seen him play. I've seen him play. I just didn't know I've seen him play. Do you know what I mean?
I exactly know what you mean.
I've watched these games, but I don't recall watching you.
Yes.
So it's like that when we say Mav Panos. I was like, well, I've seen Stuttgart play a bit. I don't recall you. So
that's right.
But there's sometimes, dirty players involved in a game of football. It's difficult to pick out every single one and remember. I watched Sheffield United Preston last night. Couldn't tell you too much.
You watched Sheffield United Preston last night. You are a dedicated man.
It's 2-0 Sheffield United. I mean, the other game was 4-2. Blackburn beat Derby 4-2. Maybe I should have watched that one. But Sheffield United made some good signings. I'm intrigued by them this season. I think they'll have a good season. But anyway, I watched that game last night. But if you were to say to me, name every player that played, I could not tell you. I could tell you 8 of the Sheffield United players and about 5 of the Preston players.
That's still impressive. To me, that's still impressive.
But anyway, my point is, watch Rodriguez. I thought this guy, he's not here to sit on. Even when Alvarez is fit, he's not here to sit on the bench. So I'm quite convinced as to what we're going to see from most games next. In the blueprint, if you like, I think we'll see. I say Areola and goal. I'm still Fabianski's done okay pre-season, and Areola's not really been here. But Areola, Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Kilman, Emerson, Rodriguez. This is for Villa. And I think we're going to see Ward-Prowse or Souček. I think it'll be Ward-Prowse. Then I think we'll see Bowen, Kudus, Paqueta, and Fulkrug. Maybe even Antonio for the first game, but I'll go Fulkrug.
Yeah, he's going to do that. He's going to start. He'll start Antonio today. Obviously, you won't. People will be waiting for Fulkrug, and not yet. Not yet. You don't.
I want to see how we play. But the thing is, right? I want us to play differently with different strikers on the pitch. Fulkrug's different to Antonio. I don't want sort of one size fits all, which was, I think, one of my biggest criticisms I put towards David Moyes. You'd have Antonio take him off, put Ings on, and would continue to play the same way, even though a completely different type of striker. Yeah. Well, it's going to be the same with Antonio and Fulkrug. So if we are going to play Fulkrug or switch to Antonio, we're going to have to adapt a little bit to get the best out of that guy. Fulkrug's literally sat there on West Ham's YouTube going, I like crosses. Ward-Prowse, can't wait to play with him. It's a bit like the Sebastian.
He did say that. He did say that. Yeah.
He literally named Ward-Prowse. So I'm looking forward to playing that guy. One of the best I think he said the best set piece taker in the league. I think that was what he called him. So Fulkrug's literally just said, I want that guy crossing the ball to me. You know, it goes back to Sebastian Haller. He said, Diangana, love him. Cross is fantastic. About a week later, so graded Diangana. Now, isn't
That's right. That's right. Yes.
The strikers literally saying, that's the guy I want to play with. And West Ham went, oh, do you now? We're going to sell him. So there we go. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm looking forward to it. It's I feel, I would like to say, I feel that getting this transfer stuff done early, it feels liberating. I feel that I could almost look forward to the season more. You know, without this worry of deadline day or even the last couple of weeks. It's a case of, well, okay, if we were to bring somebody else in afterwards, then fine. But more or less, all areas of the pitch have been strengthened: defence, midfield, attack, so on and so forth. I can look forward to it and look forward to the game now. And I think that's really, it's really good. Yes, there's going to be still some transfer interest and intrigue in seeing, okay, can the Zuma stuff get done? Can you get rid of Ings and Cornet and maybe one or two others? That's intrigue and it's interesting, but it's not desperate and it doesn't detract from watching the game. And I think, yeah, this is incredible. I do wonder if we're going to have a really good few days run up towards the Aston Villa with all these players to choose from and nobody distracted. But also, I was looking at all the work that Steidten's done. So on Thursday night, he flew over to Nice. Brought him back on Steidten Airlines. Then it was handed over, basically. So Steidten didn't stay with them for negotiation. It was handed over to the various negotiating teams. I think then Steidten, by the sounds of it, tried to then work on the next deal, which we can only assume is Wan-Bissaka. That's really busy stuff. You could sort of understand. There's no way Moyes would have been able to do this. Forget about what you think about him differing Dave or anything like that. It's physically taxing. Actually, the whole thing, the way Steidten's been flying around, makes absolute sense. You would keep that job separate from the head coach, who's Lopetegui is obviously he met Todibo briefly yesterday, but by and large, over the window, he stayed there on the training pitch with his coaches and training the players.
When he was in America, we signed 3 players.
Exactly. And just you couldn't. It's just gone, that old style. And I guess when whatever Fergie or even go back Bill Shankly or whatever, they weren't doing these pre-season tours overseas that much, and there wasn't as much to do. And I think it's incredible, really, what's happened. And I think for both reasons, both for getting the team, the players in early, and for just allowing the coach to concentrate purely on the playing side of things, I think we're probably more prepared than we have been. That's not to say we're going to beat Villa. They're a damn fine side, and they've done some good bloody signings themselves. Let's get that right.
And us as well.
Yeah. I mean, impressive.
But
I'm not looking, aside from Villa, I'm not looking at too many others and thinking, oh, that's brilliant. I think by and large, I wouldn't be so boastful as to say we've whatever. Some people say West Ham have won the transfer window, or something words to that effect. I wouldn't say that because I do think Villa have done, but I do think we're set up well.
Well, there you go. If you fancy one of these videos before every single match day, so basically West Ham are playing on a Saturday, 3 p.m. Myself and Goins will be live 9:30 or 10 a.m. at the latest on Patreon for mild addicts and addicts only. If you are going to join Patreon, make sure you join the middle tier or the top tier, not the supporters tier. They don't get this video. They get other videos, but they do not get the breakfast show. That's something that goes to the other 2 tiers. But if you're a supporters tier watching this, thinking, I quite enjoy this, I've been missing out, then you can upgrade. All details to do so on Patreon. But if you fancy joining us, it'd be much appreciated. Go to patreon.com/Hammers Chat. Links in the description below. And myself and Gonzo, well, for those mild addicts and addicts, we'll see you next Saturday before we take on Aston Villa. But if you've enjoyed this video, please do drop a like on, subscribe to Hammers Chat, and we'll be back at 2:30 today with the build-up show ahead of the Celta Vigo game, even though we don't know if we can watch it. Gonzo, I'll see you then.
See you later.